Hello, my name is Kyle Roderick Ridley, and I have a bad attitude, never give any kind of latitude, and I'm about to spew out another fucking platitude. It's Rose-Colored Classist, episode 68. Yeah, baby, it's Rose-Colored Classist, the podcast hosted by a libertarian fascist. A guy who won't stop worrying about his taxes. Thank you for being here. Thank you so much. I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad you, especially you know who you are. You're so cute. You're adorable. I like it. I love you. Oh yeah, man, it's a great episode. I'm so excited. I'm happy to announce our new sponsor. Yes. This podcast is now sponsored by the wonderful company. I'm very excited about them. They're called Fingernails for Cash. Yes, this podcast is sponsored by Fingernails for Cash. Have you been wondering what to do with the jars of fingernails you're hiding underneath your bed after you witnessed a mass shooting and lost touch? Are you wondering what to do with the jars of fingernails you're hiding underneath your bed after you witnessed a mass shooting and lost touch with reality? Are you mad that average women can sell their bodily fluids on the internet and you can't do anything with the pile of nails you've accumulated in the corner of your bathroom after you've clipped them? Fingernails for Cash. It's weird and gross, but if you send us your fingernails, we'll pay you money. Warning! Eventually you will send enough fingernails for us to have an accurate sample of your DNA so we are able to clone you, and then we will start mining the fingernails from your clone. Also their organs. Yes, Fingernails for Cash. It sounds innocuous and dumb, but really, it's evil. Now back to the show. This is the show. I'm here on the show. Rose-Colored Classist. It's a show. Podcast. You know what it is. You know what it is. We're here, man. I gotta work a lot fucking harder. Okay? I gotta work a lot harder. Maybe I get a better sponsor. Right on. Okay, what's happening? What's happening today? I think our sponsor did remind us of a very important point, and I'm gonna bring it up since the guy is back in the news. Jeffrey Epstein was really into the idea of cloning, of reproduction. Yeah, the test tube baby. Who invented that? It's his baby. Who's the baby? You're the baby. Yeah, man, it's a scary world. It's a scary world, man. Fucking this guy, rich guy, for some reason, really into science. This guy was deeply embedded in Harvard, other places other than Harvard, but for real, Harvard really was there at that fucking Harvard school. Had an office named after all the scientists. And this guy, he has just fucking, page after page after page of these, however ironic, PDF files. He's into cloning. And cloning's real. Okay, Alex Jones already confirmed it. Cloning is so real, and evidently it's like fucking Jeffrey's thing. Okay? Yeah, Tom Brady, he cloned his dog. And Jeffrey Epstein, he's going to clone your bitch, okay? This guy was obsessed with spreading his seed. Yes. Go through the PDF files and laugh at the irony that they're called PDF files. Flip through them, okay, and discover what's going on. Yeah, man, I hate to break it to you guys. I hate to be here to be the guy to say it, but it's important, and I think we should accept it, put it into the lexicon. There are, for sure, tiny little Jeffrey Epsteins out there. Guaranteed. There's a few Jeffy Eppies growing the fuck up, doing God knows what. What are they doing? There was a plan. This guy for sure had a plan. Yeah, you know what? And I'll say this, all right? If you don't believe that there's like literal Jeffrey Epstein clones out there, you can be assured that at least there are a lot of people exactly like him. Yeah, guy was a trendsetter, actually. Real leader. Yeah, a lot of people followed in his footsteps. Yeah, a bunch of people just fucking like him out there. Yeah, as you guys may have heard, a bunch of PDF files came out, as well as some documents. No, why are the documents called PDF files? Who started that? I'm thinking it's Jeffrey. I'm thinking, getting really into it, man. The whole world has been a huge mindfuck. Who knows what's going on? I mean, come on. You look at this guy and it's like, I thought I was social. Okay? I thought this guy was putting the extra in extrovert. Probably putting a purr in front of vert, too. I mean, holy shit. I'm going through these documents, images, PDF files, and holy shit, like, man, I've seen some crazy things in a group chat before, but this guy, I mean, thank God Jeffrey Epstein didn't know about memes, okay? Thank God he grew up in the 80s, didn't know about memes. All right, God forbid Jeffrey Epstein was able to use AI, okay? God forbid he could do things with AI. Although, if I think about it, Jeffrey Epstein probably had a good opinion on AI. You know what I mean? He probably had a reasonable good opinion on that. I mean, this guy, he was all about videotaping real life activities of people. I mean, AI, it seems like, it would have tried to take his job. AI would have taken Jeffrey Epstein's job. His passion, really. His sweet, sweet passion. I mean, yeah, he would still have to do the corporate stuff, going to hook up Mongolia with Israeli defense software or whatever the fuck he was doing. But literally, his passion, AI would have ruined Jeffrey's passion. No, he died at the right time. Jeffrey died, it was right for him to do it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about the, untimely death of Jeffrey Epstein. Okay, don't worry about it. You just thank God he wasn't there to witness the birth of AI images. Thank God he never saw Sora. Yep, don't worry, Jeffy. Don't worry, man. Just hang out in your hut in the West Bank or wherever you are. That's probably where he is. If he didn't die, Jeffrey Epstein is for sure in a hut in whatever they call the settlements in the West Bank. It actually makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense that he'd be there. A troubling amount of sense. I mean, come on. It would be his birthright. It would be his birthright to be there. He'd probably be really into it. He would probably actually want to be there in the West Bank. And it probably happened. I mean, come on, think about it. It's impossible to get reporters there. Who knows what's going on? Everyone's getting killed. It's getting crazier and crazier. I'll be honest. I'm losing it, obviously. The theories are just hitting me. And I'm fucking just getting rocked. The theories are hitting my liver, getting a liver shot, and I'm fucking falling over. The calf kicks of conspiracy theories are bringing me down. They're bringing me down. I'm not going to win this fight. I'm not winning. I'm going down in the third round. All right? Fucking hopefully someone set up a sports bet. It is ugly. We just got to steel ourselves, right? Whatever that means. Don't think of another way to say the word steal. But we really got, there's so many theories out there. There's so many things being pushed on us to believe. And wait, hold on. I'm getting a phone call. What is this? Hello, this is Kyle Roderick Gridley. Who is this?
This is your friend Edouard Bernays, the father of propaganda.
Wait, Edward Bernays is calling me? Aren't you dead, Eddie? Come on.
Yes, I am dead. Yes, I'm down here in hell. What a place. Oh, what a place. So many people.
Wow, the French in hell. That's good to hear. I mean, Edward Bernays, I have been hearing your name over and over and over again. Who are you?
Well, I am great. I am Edouard Bernays. I am fantastic. I manipulate people with propaganda.
What do you mean propaganda? What is that? Propaganda? What do you mean?
Propaganda. Well, actually, it was the name of my book, 1928. Propaganda. How to manipulate people. My first book, crystallizing public opinion, in 1923. I know how to handle people, and my last book, my biggie, the big seller, was called Buy This, Dummy.
Well, yeah, your books are pretty obvious what's going on. So you're saying you're a guy who used to manipulate people? Is there any of your work?
This is what I do. I am Edouard Bernays.
Right. Is there any of your? Yeah. Is there any of your? Okay. Well, you can let me get a word in edgewise.
Propaganda.
All right. No, you're right. No, talking over people is a big part of propaganda.
Get people to do things
well,
they don't want to do. They don't even know they want to do them, but I make them do them.
Okay, I feel like Piers Morgan right now. Okay, let me get my question in. Is there any of your work that I would have known or heard of? Is there anything you did that I'd be...
Have you ever heard of bacon and eggs?
Bacon and eggs?
I was the one who came up with the bacon and eggs before the people were eating eggs with watermelon.
What?
Or maybe they had... Yeah, it's very strange, but I said, hey, why not eat the pig? Ah, the pig, the noble pig. Bacon and eggs, I came up with that.
Really?
Yes.
Is there any particular
Yes,
reason you
I
came up with that?
Well, they asked me too. The pork industry at the time, they said, we got to move some pig. So I said, let me come up with something. And I came up with bacon and eggs for breakfast.
I guess
it's amazing.
Yeah,
everybody started eating bacon and eggs. It became the best breakfast. Yes.
Yeah,
bacon and eggs.
You're a real incredible self-promoter. I don't really understand what you're doing or what you're talking about.
I got women to smoke.
Oh, really?
I got women to smoke, yes, in the early teens before 1920. It's all about branding, my friend. They called the cigarettes torches of freedom.
Well,
yes, torches, yes. And people wanted to smoke, especially women, because they were smoking torches of freedom.
Yeah, you're pretty repetitive. I guess that is a important part of propaganda, if I'm entirely honest. All right, I mean, so tell me more about your background. Do you have any, important family members or any people that are famous?
It is funny you ask me this question because, yes, growing my uncle was Sigmund Freud.
What?
World famous psychoanalyst and coke fiend.
Wow, you're related to Sigmund Freud? You're family members with Sigmund Freud?
Uncle Sigmund, yes, he was my uncle, boy. Oh, that was trouble. I tell you. That guy.
It sounds like being.
The guy was.
You're talking over me like crazy.
Well, I am Edward Bernays. I talk over people. I manipulate people.
Right. I get it. Wow, I mean, family members with Sigmund Freud, that must have been complicated. Was there, can you report anything back to us?
It was very strange. He was always trying to hypnotize me. Make me look at the watch. You're getting sleepy. Now tell me about your mother. Weird questions. I would wake up later wearing bloomers and lipstick. He was a very strange uncle. My Uncle Sigmund Freud.
Right, your voice is kind of getting out of whack. What ethnicity are you? Sigmund Freud, I know what he is.
I am French. I am Edouard Bernays.
You're a
Frenchman.
You're a French
from France.
But you're Jewish too,
France,
right?
Sacre bleu.
But aren't you Jewish?
Le Gay Paris.
Aren't you Jewish? You're not Jewish?
The Arc de Triomphe.
You're just going to talk over me whenever I ask you if you're Jewish?
I am Edward Bernays. I am Frenchman.
Okay, all right. Well, tell me, what's your specialty, Edward? I mean, you're into propaganda, but what's the move? What are you really into?
Specialty is crowd psychology, making people do things that I want them to do.
Okay, you've already said that, but
I heard about the herd. It's all about the herd. Herd instinct. People are like sheep. They collectively huddle in herds. I love herds. I collect herds, sheep primarily, but also I collect ducks and
ducks.
I also collect cats. Have you ever tried to herd cats? Herding cats, very difficult, but not for me. Edouard Bernays.
Okay, Eddie. All right.
Best.
You obviously you seem like just fantastically full of shit. Okay, and you're saying you're some hero of propaganda.
What are you speaking of?
No, really, Eddie. What is the point of lying to people and manipulating them into doing what you want? Like, what? Why would you be such a bastard who don't care about the individual freedom of people?
Bastard! I am no bastard, sir. I shall challenge you to a duel.
Yeah, like a real Frenchman.
I don't know. And Edouard Bernays shall duel on the field of honor.
Are you really French?
Yes, of course. I am French. Yes, I am French. My blood runs sacre bleu. I am French.
I don't believe you.
Really?
I don't believe you for a second, Eddie. I know you're Jewish because you're related to Sigmund Freud, but this whole French act, your accent's going all over the place.
Okay. All right, dude. Okay, you got me. All right? I'm not French.
Yeah, there we
go.
All
right? I'm not French. My name's Edward Bernays. Like Bernie,
Okay.
Okay, I'm not French, all right? But I had to do it just because I didn't. People didn't like me. I was small. I was small in stature, and I had a funny looking head. And people made fun of me, and so that's why I took on the French thing.
Yeah,
it gave me some. Gave me a little respect. I felt.
Yeah, no, actually, I'm really empathetic towards that, because people don't always treat me the right way, and maybe if I acted a certain way, people would like me more. Actually,
this is not about you. This is about me, Edouard Bernays. Okay. You cannot manipulate me, Mr. Kyle Ridley.
Okay, I've had enough of your bullshit, Edward. I'm fucking hanging up the phone. I'm tired of you. I can't handle this.
Gay, I surrender.
Okay, yeah.
Viva la Epstein.
All right, bye. Edward Bernays, everybody. Ooh la la. Merci. Merci, Edward. Omelette du fromage. Yeah, I know my audience. Yeah, my audience, they really wanted to hear from the ghost of Edward Bernays. That's what's going on. This guy, Candace keeps talking about him. Fucking this guy, Edward, he got a shout out on the Sean Ryan show. Yeah, the Sean Ryan show. When you want to learn something. When you want to watch a show and you can't tell if the guy is concussed or just dumb. Yeah, I guess we have that in common, Sean. Man, I don't know, man. Just the fucking words going on around here. You're getting all kinds of fucking lines. You're hearing lines of this happened or that happened, and it all means something. I mean, just we really got to take a stance in some kind of general sense about how we consume the things and the information we hear. I mean, yes, I believe all the nutty things. I do. I believe all the nutty things, but I try to come at it from a reasonable perspective, from the understanding that everything everybody says all the time is, bullshit, serving some purpose, right? It's bullshit. You gotta realize it. Now, what is going on with the news? I mean, this is rose-colored Classist. I kind of took last episode off, handled some personal things. I mean, I'm a little behind. But I'm also a little ahead, okay, because things have happened. And concerning one of the guys who maybe gave a little head, let's figure out what's going on with Donnie T and the ballroom in his mouth, huh?
But I want to ask you one other thing, okay? And I get it, you don't want to talk about it. It was a private back and forth with your brother, fine. But it is being used as proof that your brother had compromised information about Donald Trump. Is that what you were referring to, and is that what you suspect?
No, Jeffrey, in 2016, I said this publicly before, Jeffrey told me that if he said what he knew about the candidates, they'd have to cancel the election. He didn't tell me what he knew, but Jeffrey definitely had dirt on Trump. And you can see in the emails, Trump could deny it all he wants, but it's pretty clear. I mean, everything Trump says is a lie.
But that's not what you were talking about.
It's provable that he was in Jeffrey's office. He said he wasn't in the house. It's provable he was there. Everything he says is a lie.
But that's not what you were talking about in the text thread. You don't know of any information that he had.
I'm not discussing that email.
Did you know or ever see any evidence that your brother had against Trump? Did you ever see any or hear any?
Just he told me he had it, but he wouldn't tell me that if it wasn't true.
And how do you explain that it never came out and that Ghislaine Maxwell has never talked about it?
Well, she got a pretty sweet deal,
She's in prison.
I'm not trying to hurt Ghislaine, but one of the things I found interesting in her testimony is when she was asked about other people. She said they were involved, they didn't do anything. But when she was asked about Trump, she went on at length.
Okay, Mark Epstein, Jeffrey Epstein's brother, giving his little opinion. What's going on there? Chris Cuomo out there in front. Kind of the wrong mustache to be wearing, talking about the Jeffrey Epstein case. Don't you think, Chris? Don't you think that mustache is a little odd for this type of conversation? Yeah, I mean, no definitive answers. This guy is talking around, and Mark Epstein is probably like my biggest focus in the whole case. I mean, this guy, he's brothers with Jeffrey, and Chris out there doing the great work of a journalist, really asking. He's asking this guy the serious question. Do you know? Do you know? And no. Maybe? I don't know. He denied. He said no. He said we're not talking about it. Classic. Good choice, bud. Now, here's something I'm going to say. Any argument that you hear about Jeffrey Epstein not being Mossad, just listen to his brother's voice. Okay, listen to Mark Epstein's voice and tell me with a straight face that Jeffrey wasn't part of an Israeli intelligence agency. Okay, I mean, Mark, he sounds like fucking Shecky Green. What is this tone? Classic New York Jew tone. It doesn't mean anything. Now, Mark, answering questions. God knows why. God knows why. Someone in his position. I mean, what is this? Is this like, where's the deposition? You're answering questions with Chris, but where's like the, legal ramifications? Did he ever get a deposition? Let me hear Mark Epstein's alibis. Okay, who the fuck is this guy? Who the fuck is this guy? Was he keyed in at all? At all with his brother? Did he know? I mean, I feel like he's the guy to know, right? What is going on with this guy? Now, look, what's his defense with these myriad of conversations with his brother? What does he say? It's just talk between brothers. Talk between brothers. What the fuck does that mean? What the fuck is that like? I'm going to try and understand it from my own personal perspective. I mean, because, I'll say it. I'm going to be upfront here. I also have a brother. Okay? And if I give Mark Epstein, any benefit of the doubt, I kind of feel like the dynamic that Mark had with Jeffrey, it's probably a lot like the dynamic I have with me and my brother. Let me explain. Or not. Let me explain. Now, I think I would understand if Mark is being a good guy here. If Mark is the good guy and he's not as bad, I think I'm in a position to understand a relationship like that a lot better than most people, okay? Because I'll say it, I have a brother, and me and my brother, we have very different lives, okay? We have very different lives. We have different attitudes, and truthfully, we haven't always seen things the same way. When brothers talk to each other, or at least, from my experience, there's always a layer. There's a specific type of understanding between brothers and me and him. Like when I speak to my brother, right, there's a level of candor, all right, and we have a shared experience that allows us to communicate in a fulfilling way that, is special, right? It's a special relationship. Like, we can be close, but also distant, right? He's my brother. But my brother has his own life, and I'm not responsible for what's going on in his life. I mean, yeah, like what? I tell my brother what's going on in my life, but I mean, is that the perfect truth? I mean, we tell each other, but we don't ask for explanations, right? We're brothers. We're men, honestly, all right? And if anything, considering our shared family history, we want to look at each other in the best light. And if you want to do that, you can't ask too many questions, okay? We want the best for each other and our lives. And if we, start explaining it to one another, it'd be hard to do that. It'd be really hard to do that. I mean, personally, come on. I want to be really upset with Mark Epstein for the sins of his brother. I mean, he's right there. He's right there. It seems hard for him not to have known perfectly everything. Okay. But look, I mean, I try to be nice and give him the benefit of the doubt. Like, I have a brother, and he's not responsible for my actions or my attitudes towards people. I mean, look, I'm honest. I'm probably the one who's the most like Jeffrey Epstein in my brother relationship, okay? My brother is probably Mark, and I'm probably Jeff, okay? And yeah, I'm sure a couple years from now, he will have to answer for some of my odd behavior. But what do I tell my brother about my awkward, weird life, okay? I tell him I love him. I tell him I care about him. I let him know I'm alive. But specifics, no. Specifics, never. Keep the, there's a veneer going on, okay? We're family, okay? We don't have to be so involved in each other's lives. We just have to care that we are alive. You know what I mean? And that's what Mark is on about. And that's what Mark is mad about, too. Mark is crying and trying to find justice for Jeffrey Epstein's death, okay? No, he's out there. He's maybe the only one in the whole world right now upset about Jeffrey Epstein's death. Well, okay, I understand. I mean, some of us are mad because we'd like to hear from Jeffrey, but I guess what I mean is Mark is the only one that's hurt by it. Okay? And look at it. Look, I mean, it's his brother, all right? From Jeffrey's perspective, imagine. From Jeffrey's perspective, if he was a chomo, okay, he probably wouldn't tell his brother about it, okay? I mean, I don't tell my brother everything. I tell him the cool shit. I tell him the cool stuff. But, him being totally keyed on and how I got there, that seems odd. You could see a world where you understand that Jeffrey would hold back the fact that he's a pedo. Okay, if I was a pedo, I would hold it back. I probably wouldn't tell my brother. Okay, I want my brother to think the best of me. No, look, guys, you want your family to look at you in the best light. Okay, they want you. You want your family to think the greatest of you. So when you do die in an incredibly suspicious circumstance, your family, your brother, can go out there and fight for justice. Not your victims, not justice for your victims, but justice for you as the new victim. Okay, maybe their brotherly relationship was designed to be biased. It was designed in a way for them to think the best about each other and to be a real family. Okay, and that's really what it's all about. I mean, Thanksgiving's next week, and I am definitely going to take it off. Okay, I'm gonna take off next week and spend it with my brother. All right, where we're going to talk about Mark and Jeffrey and how we can be more like them. Why can't we have something more like that, Mom? Look, come on, the love they had for each other, the mutual respect, and how they never got into each other's business. Just look, congrats on separating, family and business. Good job. I'm really proud of their relationship. I mean, come on, celebrate the good stuff and ignore the bad stuff. Being a man, being family, being brothers. I mean, look, I think I could see a world where, Mark, he's sitting there, he's looking at the totality of him and his brother's relationship, and, just imagine him casually explaining the situation. Just, he's out there in the wild. Mark is sitting at the bar. He's like, yeah, man, I got a brother. Yeah, I love my brother. He's doing big, important things, my brother. Big, important guy, and he's dating this girl. This hot piece of ass. He's hooked up with this hot piece of ass, and her dad is rich. And, her dad is rich, and you got to do what you got to do. I mean, she's hot. She's pretty. And he's out there, he parties, the late nights, out there traveling. And I was never like that. I'm Mark Epstein. I like reading and hanging out at my house. I'm a bit of a shut-in. Jeffrey, he's the exuberant one. Yeah, man. Wonder what Mark thought about Ghislaine, huh? You hear him going after Ghislaine a little bit? I mean, I think one of the funniest things about, the whole Jeffrey Epstein situation is that most likely it was all Ghislaine's idea, is all Miss Maxwell's idea. I mean, come on, Jeffrey, he met this hot, rich woman, okay, and like every woman, she ended up debasing him. She broke him down. And it made him do evil things. Just her and her dad influencing Jeffrey. Jeffrey would have been a good guy if it wasn't for them. No. Yeah, Ghislaine's dad, all he wanted for her was just to find a nice Jewish boy and get him into the family business. Yeah, and you meet the guy and everything just falls into place. True romance. Yikes. All right, I mean, crazy times. Did you like all that? I didn't really intro Mark very well, but yeah, big issues going on. So troubling. Everyone's talking about it. Here I am in the choir. Now the issue. What's going on? What is so fucked up about this? What is so wrong about this? Jeffrey, he knows everybody, going to every fucking country. I mean, look, what's so fucked up about the world and what him and his case, means about it is it's one thing, for the people in charge to, be powerful, murdering psychopaths. Okay, it is one thing for us to have murdering psychopaths in charge of the world. Okay, honestly, it's kind of badass. If that's what was happening, I think a lot of people could respect that. Okay, but what the issue is, it seems like not only are they powerful, murdering psychopaths, but the way they got there is by doing weird sex stuff. And the worst part, it's with each other. if everyone out there was like, just this individual, wealthy, murdering child molester, okay, fine. Okay, maybe fine. All right, fine. He's just the one guy, though. But the fucked up thing is they all work together. They all work together and they all fuck each other. No one likes that. No one likes, seeing, a relationship inside the office. Okay? If we're all working in the office and you see some two shack up and they do weird sex stuff, everybody does not like that, okay? It's really disrespectful to the spirit of the competitive spirit of America and the world, right? And it's a problem. I mean, and it gets weird. It gets really weird. I mean, it's, all shit royalty does. It's all some kind of sick familial line, maybe it even stems from like ancient practices, and it's creepy. It's creepy, and I don't like it. And the thing, a lot of when we look at this, these people do these awful things, and a lot of us do feel like dismissing it. Okay, yeah, I mean, yeah, people say the Jeffrey Epstein situation won't go away, but that's only because kids are involved. Okay, everyone is against crimes against kids. Even ask people who commit the crimes to the kids. Yeah, they'll go like, yeah, it was wrong. It was wrong, but it was necessary. Yeah, everyone is against that, but you know what? Not everyone is against. Just being a regular old violent sex freak, okay? If you're a violent sex freak to consenting adults, I do feel like there's like a level of acceptance out there in the world, as if being a violent sex freak is one of the valid options for people. What do I mean by that? Let's have Alex Jones explain, huh?
There's no video of President Trump sucking a ding dong. And so what if there was? I never sucked any ding-dongs. But I'll tell you, if they were going to blackmail me to start World War III about one, I'd say, hey, I sucked a golf ball through a freaking garden hose.
Alex, I'm sorry, but I don't think sexual favors in exchange for peace is that good of an idea. I don't think that's that good of an idea. Yeah, out there talking about Donnie T and no video exists. Yeah, as if we actually knew. Yeah, I mean, come on. This is what I'm talking about. I mean, for some reason, I think there's a deal out there for some people that there's some kind of sacrifice that people can make for some kind of sense of peace and love and all that bullshit. And look, man, if really the key to peace are blowjobs, I'll be honest, I don't think that's actually a good deal. I don't think that's the right exchange, man. I don't... There's this thing about, what's being revealed to us that somehow sex is tied deeply with, the rule of the world. I mean, in a lot of ways, it just, it feels like, being some kind of chomo is like gang initiation, right? It's like the worst fraternity ever. That the only way you ever get power is by doing something awful sexually. And I don't think those parts of your brain should fucking ever talk. I don't think, power and sex should ever be correlated, okay? Because this is where it leads up. This is where it leads, okay? I think I can say it, but rape is worse than dying. Does anyone else think that? I think you ask a lot of people, a lot of people, what would they prefer? Being murdered or being raped? I think maybe like 60-70% would like to be killed. Honestly, that's what I think. I mean, who wants to live like that? Who wants to? Dude, if I fucking sucked a dick, okay, if I had done that, yikes, if I did that, and I got world peace in exchange, I mean, I don't know if I don't know if I could live with myself, to be honest. I would get the world peace, and then maybe I would kill myself. Yeah, killing myself. Oh, is that really? Is that true? Is that suicide? That's an interesting concept. Interesting concept when it talks about Jeffrey Epstein. Yeah, I'll talk about suicide at the end, but I do really want to emphasize, like, doing sexual favors for some exchange, that doesn't lead anywhere good, okay? Because then people got to keep doing it, and you're just erasing your dignity. erasing whatever self-worth you have. And, if you save lives but destroy yourself, I mean, this is the eternal question. I mean, I'm all about sacrifice, but, make the deal fair. I mean, you're supposed to fight for peace, not suck for it, okay? Yeah, we'll talk about the real impact of this group, of this little circle, the circle of jerks. I watched this video. This guy is always viral. He appears on the Jimmy Dore show sometimes. He's cool. I don't know what kind of Asian he is, but it's one of the good ones, I'm sure. So please, let's watch this guy. You know him. I don't have to name him.
You will not believe this, but a member of Congress, Stacey Plaskett, was caught texting Jeffrey Epstein during a congressional hearing where Epstein was feeding her information about Trump in real time. It's insane. Take a listen.
This was when Barack Obama was president of the United States. And while we were once driving through a struggling neighborhood in Chicago, he commented that only black people could live that way. Attorney-client privilege, yes, I will turn it over.
You, as my friend Mr. Meadows pointed out, misled this committee even today in a written submission that contradicted your testimony. You have suggested you are going to review that. Are you going to review it in our next break to correct the record, yes or no?
Yes.
Question, you helped out the president's campaign or were involved in the campaign as a representative, as a spokesman, even in your words today. It was your idea for the campaign dating back to 2011. Is that accurate, yes or no?
Yes.
Mr. Weisenberg and other individuals, Ms. Rona. Who are those individuals? Are they with the Trump Organization?
They are.
Are there other people that we should be meeting with?
So, Alan Weisenberg is the chief financial officer.
You got to quickly give us as many names as you can so we can get to them.
Yes, ma'am.
Is Ms. Rona, what is Ms. Rona's position?
Rona Graff is Mr. Trump's executive assistant.
And would she be able to corroborate many of the statements that you've made here?
Yes, her office is directly next to his, and she's involved in a lot that went on.
I mean, Jesus Christ, just call her a good girl already, Jeffrey. Brother, yeah, man, this guy giving orders? Seems like he's giving orders. Jesus, man, to that lady, to that black lady. God, the layers. Yeah, what am I hearing about this poor woman? People are actually defending her. Supposedly there was some kind of kerfuffle with the congressional censures that were trying to put on this lady. But, thank God, both sides of the aisle are guilty with their association with this fucking creep. So nothing happened. Whatever. But what did I hear? That they were defending her, and this was the line they were using, that she was just listening to her constituents. Really? Is this what we want from our representatives? Are representatives listen to their constituents? Is that what you're saying? Come on. Come on. That's a joke. It's a sick joke. So fucked up. Why would you listen to this guy? And this is, again, after all the fucking facts come out. Research him. Yeah, I think this lady was too. Is like, I got money from Jeffrey Epstein, but it was a different Jeffrey Epstein. Yeah, one of his clones. Okay. Yeah, I mean, dude, the kind of responsiveness is really, it's impressive. It's right there on the spot. You think I could do that? Do you think I could? I send a text to whatever fucking congressman I have at this point. Who is it? Who's the guy? Who's my congressman? Let me look it up. Who's my congressman? Congressperson in 90027. It's Jimmy Gomez. Jeffrey Epstein ties. That's my next Google. Okay. I'm going to try to get his number. Ask him about it. Yeah, poor lady. Listening to Jeffrey Epstein of all people. And she's still in office. This is an opinion we need to hear. Where's her interview? Get her on the JRE, baby. Get her on. Ask her about the egg-shaped D. Yeah, Jeffrey Epstein had a egg-shaped penis. You didn't even hear about that? Yeah, sometimes I'm like, is it the only reason I'm a normal person is that my penis is actually straight? It actually just goes straight. It's okay thickness, and it's not, domed. Is that the only reason I'm normal? Right on. You really wonder about yourself a lot when you consider this individual, don't you? What would you do If you were under the pressure, if you were offered the island, man, poor situation. Yeah, really. I think it's about time we heard from the victims. Don't you? I think it's about time we heard from the victims. As if what they say matters, right? No. What, you going to believe the victims? Come on, they've been abused. They've been traumatized, right? Look, if they knew anything important, they'd already be dead. Actually, you look at those Jeffrey Epstein victims that are still alive and you go, you know what? They probably don't know anything. Genuinely. They probably don't really know it. They're crisis actors. Alex, back me up. Mr. Jones, back me up on this. No, I think we should listen to these ladies. Like how, just Bill Burr talking to the Jeffrey Epstein victims. Wouldn't that be fun? Someone make a sketch. Someone do it. Okay. No, we should really listen to the victims. We should really listen to them. Are you going to do it? Am I going to do it? This might be the first time I'm ever going to genuinely listen to them. Yep, let's see it. They're believable. They're heroes. I have a lot of respect for them, actually. And please don't kill them. Please don't suicide them. Please don't do anything to them. Let them talk.
Given the political noise surrounding this case, I just want to remind people of some of the facts. In 1996, when my sister Maria bravely blew the whistle on this group by reporting to the FBI what Epstein and Maxwell did to both of us. They hung up on the phone on her, and there was no follow-up of any kind. Bill Clinton was president. In 2006, the FBI came to us, finally interviewed us, and asked us both to be witnesses against Epstein. We were very anxious, but we agreed. And then we didn't hear back from them due to their infamous sweetheart deal. George W. Bush was president. In 2015, when the DOJ was sent a FOIA request for Maria's FBI files, and they were denied, as they have been many times, Barack Obama was president. In 2019, when Epstein died in prison due to either negligence or foul play, Donald Trump was president. In 2023, Maria's attorneys sent a letter on her behalf to the government, requesting an investigation into the repeated law enforcement failures in this case, similar to what was done in the case of Larry Nassar. They declined to do so. Consequently, my sister filed notice that she would be suing the government for failing to uphold its legal, ethical, and moral duties in this case. Joe Biden was president. This year, after campaigning on a pledge to finally release the files, under Trump's second presidency, the DOJ announced they were closing the investigation into Epstein's co-conspirators, and then transferred Ghislaine Maxwell into a prison camp, where it is well documented that she is receiving special treatment. This is not an issue of a few corrupt Democrats or a few corrupt Republicans. This is a case of institutional betrayal. Yeah. Because these crimes were not properly investigated, so many more girls and women were harmed. My sister, because of her bravery, was repeatedly threatened and lived in fear, with dire consequences for her health and her career. 30 years later, even as oceans of allegations and obvious truths have emerged, the government has still not chosen transparency. This is why we have all come together as one united voice to demand the release of all the Epstein files and to finally bring the truth out of the shadows.
Wow. Okay, that's a presentation. That's a layout of the facts. No, what's crazy about this girl is that she's blaming other people other than Jeffrey Epstein, right? And that's not true. The FBI told me that the only person to blame was Jeffrey Epstein. Yes, Jeffrey Epstein had molested and abused thousands and thousands of girls just by himself. Just by himself. Yep, the Wilt Chamberlain of pedophilia. This guy, nothing but fishnet. That's a joke. Look, hey man, this girl is spitting out facts, and it's crazy. But really, how is she still alive? How is she still alive? She's laying out a long history, okay, and they've had a long time to kill her. I mean, if she was telling the truth, she'd be dead already. Okay, no. If she was telling the truth, they've been on the hunt for a long time, and she'd be dead. No? What is going on here? I am confused, really. Is she single? Not okay. Sorry. Bad joke. She is hot. No. Why would I say that? Wrong thing to say. I would date her. She's my type. Okay, please stop. Please stop. I'm using her. Unfortunately, I will say, and this is sad, but it is what it is, especially, me as a comedian, what I have to do with her. Like, yes, to some extent, for the rest of her life, for the rest of all the victims' lives, to some extent, they will be a target for jokes. Maybe also a target for other stuff, like a gun. It's a sad life. It's a sad life. It is so sad because you actually know one of the famous Jeffrey Epstein victim girls. What is her name? Virginia. Yeah, it happened in fucking Washington D.C. in Virginia. What a coincidence. Yeah, she wrote her book and then committed suicide, and that seems pretty funny. Seems pretty funny. No, I'm hearing so many news programs and podcasts talk about this. I mean, this is kind of why I'm not covering the bases again. I'm not laying it all out again because you've been hearing it. All right, if you're listening to me, you're on top of the universe. Okay, you know what the good things people are saying. And I listen to all these sources, these independent sources, and they talk about Virginia Giuffre like she legitimately committed suicide. Like she legitimately did it. They talk about Virginia's suicide like how the government talks about Jeffrey Epstein's. Okay? One of the biggest points of this whole saga is that most people who commit suicide don't actually commit suicide. Suicide, it's murder. Okay? Does anyone around here remember that Boeing whistleblower who that former employee whistleblower, and he was about to take down the fucking biggest defense contractor, Boeing Aerospace, and then all of a sudden he kills himself inside of a parking garage? Yeah, when the bullet ricocheted, it made a particular sound. Boing, boing, boing. Yeah, this is a joke. Any suicide is a fucking joke, and I don't know, man. Like, this bitch is fucking dead. She wrote a book. I think she obviously had a lot more to say. Okay, and someone murdered her. Someone murdered her. The same person who murdered Jeffrey Epstein murdered her. This is a comedy podcast. Yeah. It is crazy. I mean, look, even Jeffrey gets murdered. What is going on with the top levels of society? Do they really feel like they can murder everybody? Is that really how it is? You can really murder anybody at any time? Come on, they murdered Jeffrey. He was like one of the coolest of the guys, right? One of the most well-respected, well-liked people in their, group of friends, and they still murdered him. No honor among thieves, right? Yeah, what is going on, guys? It's a big mystery. No one knows. Just gonna have to see more of those PDF files, aren't we? And that's the podcast. Thank you guys so much. This was Rose-Colored Classist. I did it. Thank you so much. I enjoyed my time with you. I think we got a little bit of a different angle. So many people talking about this. I really hope it all gets solved. I really hope we solve this one, guys. Yeah, what a joke. Yeah, man, I think here's the solution. Revolution. The only way to solve this particular problem, I'll be honest, it seems like actual genuine reform of the whole system, because maybe this is what it operates on. Seems like that's what's going on. Yeah, you're going to realize that everybody is fucking, dude. And they're fucking wrong. They're fucking so wrong. And it's like, we need a whole government of eunuchs or something. I don't know what to do. It's impossible. We need a whole new group of people. Whole new group of people on top. And we need to make sure they're not fucking sex freaks, dude. Is that possible? I don't know. Yeah, last episode I did talk about, how the powerful stay powerful and the powerful have been powerful forever and ever. And, just to think that, this is what, all of, modernity and the whole world is fucking based on. At the end of the day, the people who are actually making the choices the whole time were fucking, chomo psychopaths. It's pretty disturbing. And I think a lot of people, if they were to go out and accept that, it'd be a problem. Be a little bit of a problem. So again, thank you. Like the podcast, subscribe to it if you're crazy. No, dude, when you're listen to a guy like me, it is not particularly about what I say. It's about the perspective I'm sharing. if you're not particularly into the words I'm saying, you could look at my overall message and maybe listen to this podcast as like an act of rebellion, man. Maybe, it's a tool of propaganda. Maybe we can get you all thinking the right things, huh? Thinking the right things. What is a French accent? I do not know. I talked to Kevin Bennett 2 weeks ago. He does a character named French Accent. You can see him in my movie. Yeah, my movie's in my fucking YouTube page, baby. Come on. It's right here. You can watch it. I did things. I've done things. This is another thing I did. A podcast. To be remembered forever. Yeah, I'll be honest. This whole podcast is fucking redacted like the Epstein files, okay? There's so many cuts in here. You have no idea how many cuts in here. I hope you can tell. Because this is all ripped up. Yeah, man. The truth. Whatever. It's going to be hard to deal with. Okay. Am I going to say bye now? Yeah. I am going to say bye. Bye.